We are the nerds. We are the nerds of the apocalypse.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerds of the Apocalypse. I'm, of course, Stevie B. Sitting beside me today is...
Showtime.
Beth.
JT. And Beth. Mike's not here. He had some Smite thing. He is all about that Smite lately.
What's Smite?
He's smitten. That was probably really loud for everyone listening.
Smite is a fighting game?
It's a MOBA. It's a third person over the shoulder multiplayer online battle arena. There we go.
He goes, I'm getting an Xbox One. He said he came over yesterday. And he's like, I'm getting an Xbox One. I was like, oh, so we can start doing videos and record each other? He goes, no, it's to play a free-to-play game. I was like, why don't you just go ahead and say to play Smite? Like, come on, bro.
Is Smite on the Xbox now?
Yep. It's going to be. It's in beta right now.
I might pick it up then.
Oh, definitely. Well, you don't pick it up, you download and play, and then if you want to spend money on it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad they're finally doing that. Maybe League of Legends or Heroes of the Storm make it on there eventually.
Okay. Maybe. Alright, so Beth made a game, and that's what I was planning on doing. It's a game with a bowl and a movies and this whole thing. I don't really want to talk about it until we actually do it. But it was a really fun idea. But I want Mike to be involved because he's like the movie guru, or he thinks he is.
The movie troll goes with him. Maybe he'll be here.
Yeah. And the game you sent me a couple months ago with the movies and stuff, where you put the movies in the bowl and...
Oh, you mean a tournament?
Yes, the tournament, yes. But, like I said, I wanted Mike to be here, and he told me yesterday he couldn't be here. So it kind of threw me for a loop, so I just texted everybody. I said, hey, just bring one thing to talk about, and we'll make it a fairly short episode. Maybe we can elaborate a little bit and go for a little while. So here we are.
Yay. Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with our Week in Geek. Clearly, if your topic is about some of your Week in Geek, we'll just skip it, and when you go to your topic, boom. Let's start. I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
Well, I made a nerd rant video. You've probably already watched it by the time this podcast actually releases. But I just got really pissed off at the Majora's Mask thing with Nintendo. Like I was stuttering during the video too because I was getting so mad. So I just let the stutters in so people could see how angry I was. But it's like, you come out with the Wii U and there's no good games. Like, if you're not into Mario, you're just not down with it. Now good games finally coming out. People buying a Wii U. I talked Heather to buy one for Christmas. And, there's good games, but it's like, that we launched these Amiibos and you can't have one. They're like, well, you had a limited shelf space. You didn't realize they were going to be that popular. It was like, nerds buy Nintendo stuff. Nerds have a collector habit. What possibly make you think that people wouldn't want all of them for the waves and stuff like that? Anyway, I talked about this on the Nerd Rant, but I was just really pissed because I tried to pre-order the Majora's Mask 3DS. It's impossible. It was sold out of pre-order before the Nintendo Direct conference that it was announced at was over. If you were on the West Coast, you were effed.
Now, it did pop up. A few places did take reservations.
Best Buy, yeah.
Yeah, for a little while.
But I read online, Best Buy, they put it out for pre-order, and they just emailed a bunch of their pre-orders and be like, sorry, we can't fulfill this. We're actually not getting that many as we thought we were.
And I know GameStop also did the same thing, but they actually have the pre-orders. So...
Are they currently pre-ordering right now, JT?
They are not. They were, I believe, Tuesday.
Can you throw that away in the bathroom trash can, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
I believe Tuesday.
Kid Ever.
So they were for a while, and they're trying to get some more.
All right. Well, you need to let me know if they get some more.
My Week in Geek. Saw Black Hat. Don't do it unless you're like gonna be stuck in a waiting room for a long time. Then you should watch it. But it's yeah. That was it. Everything else I want to talk about is my topic. So.
Okay.
I started a blog.
Oh, it's right. Yeah, let's talk about Beth's blog. Beth started a blog called Stu Creations. And explain the names for us.
Okay, Stu comes from my dad's nickname when he was in the Marines, and that's kind of where I get my creativity from, is like my dad and his side of the family. So Stu Creations. And also it abbreviates to South Carolina University.
So Beth made Stu Creations, and Stu made Beth. Oh, you see what I did there?
Creaception.
Oh. No, it's good. It's it's like baking and crafting.
Mm-hmm.
And when it first popped up, I pretty much I said, Beth, I said, this is cool, but anything nerdy you do, we're gonna switch it to a vlog and you're gonna record it. We're gonna put it on the channel. So, but then we share everything you do. And you kind of had like an intertwined because you were doing your intro video while you were baking your bread that you wrote about.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Which you never brought over for anybody to try or anything like that.
No pressure, but that's
or the blondie cupcakes that you made with yellow Oreos at the bottom. You weren't like, Stevie B lives like 4 effing doors down. I didn't think to maybe drop one off, and then my wife that you work with didn't think to bring one home.
Well, the recipe will be up Monday. You can make them yourself.
Oh.
That would actually be a fun video, is if I'll make your recipes, and then you get to try them and see how they turn out.
Oh my God.
Now I'm having flashbacks of you're making your eggnog.
I raised.
Let's see, I need 2 cups. Oh, that's one. Fuck it.
Oh.
No one knows how much an actual fuck it is, but it's a lot. We need to make it with the beeps.
Huh? Nah, I don't even care anymore.
Okay. Oh, so, 18.
Me, not much really. Kind of part-timing at the comic book store down the road.
Which comic book store?
The 7-Cent store.
Oh, good.
JT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are you doing out there?
Mainly, I'm actually kind of training their people because their people don't really know how to sell stuff.
Like sell comics or sell?
Just sell stuff in general. And yeah, they are very, it's more, because it's such a niche crowd, they're just like, it's like we built it, so now we'll let them come to us. And it's just like, come on, you need to be a little bit more of a salesperson than that, so that's why they pick me up.
They have gaming tournament training?
No,
That's how you bring a crowd in.
They're working on it. Like, they're going to be working on Magic soon, I think. They wanted to incorporate that. I mean, they have the floor space, and right down the road, they also own that restaurant, which they have a whole section just for seating.
Which
they won't
restaurant?
use.
The Hot Box.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know they owned the Hot Box.
Yep.
When that come out, I was like, Hot Box?
Yeah. But yeah, so they're wanting to do stuff like that, whether it's gaming tournaments, stuff, anything. So,
All right.
We need to start hanging out there.
Well, let us know, man. We might be able to collaborate some.
Yeah. I'll talk to him.
We kind of have like a deal with Punk Monkey, but
Yeah.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind us branching out a little bit, especially for gaming stuff, because he doesn't do anything really
Yeah.
with console games anyway.
Yeah. And they do quite a bit with comics, but they also deal in old school games. So that's pretty cool too.
All right. Oh, can I go back to me real quick?
I guess, since it's back
So
to you
back-
anyway.
I know, right? I'm gonna get your all opinion. I put it out on Facebook the other day, just to everybody. I'll get your opinion. So comics, right? Everybody knows I read comics. I read them a lot, and I read them fairly regularly. But I really don't pick them up except for once a month, once like 2 or 3. I'm always in the delinquent box because like I haven't picked up my books and I generally go.
They
once
created that box for you.
They did. They're like, hold on, Stevie B, let me get your stuff. Bam! And it's like, and so I was thinking about, because you get a lot of boxes, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get these drawer boxes. They're essentially comic book boxes, but they open up like a drawer.
Yeah.
And you can like file them, close them, and it just makes it easier than having to lift up, move them around. But I probably have like 15 boxes in the closet right now, and I thought about moving to trades, like trade paperbacks, just like stop at the point where at the last trade ended, stop reading books, and then wait for the next trade to come out. Are you familiar with the term trade paperback? You know what that is, right? Do you know what that is? Okay, essentially after 5 or 6 comics comes out, most comics get put into trade paperback form and released like a month or 2 later in one book. There's no ads, it's an actual book. You've seen them before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was thinking about moving to that direction, because there's a couple of reasons. Well, no ads, and they can technically still be subbed, and they could be displayed. I could put them on a bookshelf instead of like having closet space. You just buy another bookshelf and line them up instead of like having nothing. And when you move, you're like, oh, I gotta move all this stuff. And I just want to get y'all's opinion. Do you think I should
Probably.
Stay paper or go to trade?
Paper for the ones that like your friend put on there. He bought Star Wars #1. Like, just buy things that you think they're going to be big issues. Buy that. Or things that you want to get signed. You can even get a trade signed, too.
Yeah.
Just
I was just going to say, even with the trades, get the paperback ones that you absolutely love and you want that special. I got the paperback version of it. And then with the ones that you're just reading because you enjoy them, get the trades. So, like, he said pretty much. The first issue or the major issues.
But I said
paper.
Just kidding.
You just get trade, right? You don't get any paper issues.
Like, I get, like, the little paper ones when I'm, like, rummaging through. But I like the trades to, like, reading it all at one time. Which is fine for me waiting, because I can read one trade and read another while I'm waiting on the other and things like that. But in terms of money, you save more money with the trade, I think. But if you want to, like, collect for, like, future money gathering, I would go with comics.
Well, see, the thing about comics is there's so many released. It's the value of them isn't that much. Now there are some key issues that are a lot of money, like the first appearance of Gwen Stacy is going for a lot now. The first appearance of Spider-Gwen. There's a Spider-Verse going on right now, and there's if you have like the first issue with her in it, first one, it's where the people are spending a lot of money now on it. I don't know if they're going to do it later, but the Marvel Universe, I don't know if you guys know this, is ending, and they're restarting it, and they're doing like a whole Secret Wars thing where all the different Marvel Universes are coming together.
From what I read, it's ending, but they're making it into Battle World.
Yeah.
And then they're keeping Miles Morales, Spider-Man, around to tell you what is kept and what's not. Then when that ends, then it'll all be Battle World.
Well, no, it all becomes Battle World, and after that whole Battle World thing, the Earth will get put back together with some things from the Ultimate series, some things from the regular series.
And that's what the Miles Morales is kept around to do, because he wasn't there, right?
I think he's a part of Battle World. I mean, the Ultimate Universe is a country in Battle World, so I don't know. But Miles Morales is joining he's going to stay part of the Marvel Universe. So, the first appearance of him is probably worth a good bit, which I have too. I just randomly bought years ago, so I thought that was random.
Yeah, just try to figure out what you think would be worth money 50 years down the road. And you got to pay for your grandkids' college education.
Exactly. I do have a. Never mind. First issue, East and West, with Jonathan Hickman. So if they ever make like a TV show or movie about that, that'd be good. That's worth money now anyway. People like the series, so.
Oh, you want to know a random fun fact about my grandmother?
Nope. Just kidding.
Whoa!
She read Spider-Man when he first came out.
So I guess she doesn't have it anymore?
Well, no, she's dead, but
Oh.
like when the first Spider-Man movie came out, the Tobey Maguire.
Oh.
I remember she said that. She remembers reading it when it was like first starting to come out.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why she was reading it, because my dad, I think all of her kids would have been too old to really read
I think it's crazy because Preach said his mom too would buy comics, read them, and then give them to him.
Huh.
That was very interesting. And did you hear about the guy who found the Action Comics in a house?
No.
He was remodeling a house and he was breaking down a wall, and someone had stuck Action Comics #1, first appearance of Superman, the most valuable comic on the planet Earth, in the wall. It's like literally you just found millions of dollars in your wall.
Why was it in the wall?
So I guess someone put it there for safekeeping and died. Someone took that to their grave. That there was an Action Comics one in this wall. But so the value of it, he said it's probably the grade was like a 9, which Action Comics grade 9. That's where famous people bid it on auction millions of bucks, but his kid took it and snatched it and ripped it. So the grade goes down to a 3.
Oh my gosh.
So it went from being worth $1 million to 20 or 30,000.
Still
more than
not
what
bad.
I have.
No, but I mean, but if you sit there and think about it, you could have had $1 million.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would have been.
But this
pissed
kid,
at
you're not going to college anymore.
Yeah.
It's that was your college fund right there.
So
That's
But
like
no,
the
you were
guy
low
that
brat.
found the Doctor Who, some of the original Doctor Who episodes in a closet in like a office building or something along those lines, and they're worth a good amount of money because they were thought to be lost. Like they had no files of them at all.
They were out digitally though, right?
Like some of the original Doctor Who's are gone forever as of right now. Because back then people weren't like, oh, this is going to be important, let's keep it. You know, they recorded over it for other TV shows and stuff like that.
Well, there was no VHSs or anything of the Doctor
Unless
Who
like a
episodes?
fan just happened to record it, or like the company, whoever, the broadcasting company just happened to have it, they don't have them. Like they didn't keep things like that back in the 60s and 70s.
Are you a big Doctor Who fan?
A little bit.
I can't. I acknowledge it as being a huge fandom thing in the nerd world, but I can't. I don't see it. I watched the first season when they redid it, not the very first season from way back when. It was okay, and then I watched the new season, not the newest season, but the season after that, and that's okay too. It's just I don't see the mass appeal in it, and I
skip around though. Like I read the summaries of episodes I think will be interesting.
And I definitely liked the first Doctor, Tennant. I think it was Tennant.
No.
Who was the guy with Eggleston?
Yeah.
He was the guy with like the leather jacket, not the suit. And people said he wasn't a good Doctor. He's definitely. I liked him the most.
Well, the thing is, what a lot of people forget about him is he's the Doctor right after the war. Which, by the way, spoilers, but seriously, anyone who knows about Doctor Who knows about this. There was a 1,000-year time war, and the Doctor had to kill everyone he knew. He didn't technically kill them though. And so that Doctor you see is the Doctor after the war. So he's just completely torn apart. So that's why he looks like that. He doesn't look, he doesn't run around in his suit. He runs around in military boots, pants, and jackets. So that's like one thing that you have to remember with that.
I mean, I liked him the most. He was like a smart, he was
He's
witty.
more logically thinking rather than all over the place.
Did you see the thing I posted on Mike's Facebook
About
Doctor Who? Where it's
Was it
like
you that posted
Obama,
it?
and it's like,
Oh.
you can keep your doctor if you like your doctor, 2010. And then it has,
Oh, yeah.
they switch it over in 2013. It's like, I'm tired of the Obama lies.
I was trying to think of the one that Mike posted on. It was like, I'll just sit and watch one Doctor Who episode. Said no Doctor Who fan ever or something like that. And I
Yep.
was like, Mike, and then he got like no likes on it. Someone was like, even like, I don't see that. That's not true. And I was like, I love it when Mike posts stuff and it just completely backfires on him. It's so sad.
That's your favorite thing?
That's my favorite thing. I love it because he posts so much stuff. It's just like, man, Mike, wow. But it's funny. I just watch. He must watch a lot of crap. Sorry, Garland. He must watch a lot of stuff. It's just like he watches like Flash like 5 or 6 times.
When he's at work, he apparently can just watch stuff almost the entire time.
It must be nice.
I don't know. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I remember it was Black Friday, and I was working with JT, and there's customers all in the store. We did not care.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
We did not care. That Star Wars trailer came out, and we
Yep.
put the store on hold for 3 minutes
Oh yeah.
so we could watch the Star Wars trailer in the back.
Well, I mean, we did have like 5 people there
It's true.
working, so
There were people behind the counter ringing people out.
yeah.
No, that reminds me.
Uh-oh.
So, I work retail, and I was working yesterday. And it was like Christmas in there. People were mean. But did Heather tell you about the mean thing the customer said to me?
Uh-oh, no.
Okay, long story short, she said something, asking about something in relation to children, and I told her I didn't have any children, and she goes, why don't you have any children? What are you doing to make yourself so unappealing?
Wow.
Wow.
You have to make Steve take
Yeah.
his glasses off.
That was said to me by a complete stranger.
Well, if you really want kids, Mike will help you out in a heartbeat.
Oh my god, why do you...
Oh my god.
No, you just made it awkward.
I'm sorry.
Where'd it go?
But yeah, I had no response, and if I said what I really wanted to say, I would have been fired.
No, you should have said... I told Heather, I said, just start saying the things you think.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen?
Well, if they complain to corporate and it goes back to the manager, they kind of have to fire
They don't
fire
have
you
to.
for
Do they
certain
have
things.
to fire you though?
Certain things
They don't have to.
will.
Yeah.
There's Heather
Like-
popping her face in. Do they have to fire you though if you mouth
It's
off?
a lot for us to get fired. We have to steal.
Well, if I would have called her the word that I wanted to call her, I would have been fired.
It also depends on where you work. Like some places are just like, you're out of here.
It's
It's
like-
easier just to fire the person.
Just like one of my first days working with JT, I got fat shamed almost instantly.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got a manager call out because we're a jerk.
I don't think I talked about
When?
No.
I don't think I talked about that on
Or
the
just
podcast.
stop being a jerk and we can help you.
Excuse me, young
Oh, I
lady.
would have loved to have done that.
Yeah, I got fat shamed.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about that?
Yes.
I did. It was.
I don't remember this.
Okay, there was a guy there. That there was a store. Me and JT worked at the same store, and I used to work at. There was a store on the base, and the guy used to come into the base a lot, and we used to talk to him. He wasn't like my friend. He was someone that came in constantly. And, you just like have a rapport with the regular customers,
I think I
and
know
you
what
just
you're
talk to
talking
him.
about.
And but his kid was like the worst. He was the most worst behaved kid ever. Like he would talk down to his dad, and his dad would be like, "Okay," and he would just sit there and be like yelling at his dad, and like he clearly runs a show in the household. This kid.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he comes up to me, and he was like, I say, "Hey man, what's up?" He goes, "Well, what's up with all of this?" And I was like, "All of this?" He goes, "I'm gonna read about you being dead one day." And I was like, "Oh, he's referring to my weight, asshole." And then he goes, "I mean, are you even trying to do anything about it?" And I tried to explain to him that, like, yes, I'm holding myself internet accountable. But he goes, yeah, keep telling yourself that. I need an Xbox controller.
What is his weight like?
He's really skinny, and he's in the army. So, like, yeah, I was just like, wow, dude, really?
Is he like a super awkward guy?
Yes, you
Okay,
probably
yeah,
know who
which
I'm
guy
talking
you're
about. Yeah.
I tried to be nice to him, but God, I can't freaking stand him.
He's-
Whenever he comes in,
He used to always complain about the prices. Like, he's telling the price, he's like, wow. I just want to be like, yeah, because I decided what the price is at. Like, get out of my face, man.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
like-
why is it so much?
Most likely he dislikes himself and he's just projecting it onto you.
That's what,
Kind of what internet trolls are like, They're like, this girl in this video is so fat, stupid, why is she on it? They're just projecting their own dislike onto you.
that's right. He probably hates his life because his kid is bad and his wife probably hates him.
was that my phone or the TV that just made that noise?
What noise?
I heard the Wilhelm scream.
Oh, no, that was Elena.
It's probably my kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my fat shaming story. I don't know if I've talked about it on the podcast, but irregardless, that's people comment like look at that fat guy on YouTube. It's like, duh, like I'm fat.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Oh, what? I had no idea. That is enough.
So here's the storm.
Oh yeah. All right. So now we'll get into our topics. What do you got?
Blizzard finally opened up Here's the Storm to everybody who's willing to pay. Despite what you may feel about that, I was more than willing to do it because I was going to spend money on it anyway. So you can buy the Founders Pack now, and you get Raynor, Diablo, and Tyrande? I don't know how you say her name, but a healer chick. She's a night elf. And you get a skin for each of them, and you get a special mount, and you get 2,500 gold points, or gold in the game. And it's basically League of Legends, but it's all Blizzard characters, and they tweaked it a little bit. So like you don't level up individually anymore. You level up as a team, which I like, because now you don't have to have somebody who's way higher level than everybody else. It's everyone levels up the same way, and it's objective based as well.
So every fight you have, everybody starts at level 0.
Yeah, level 1, and then you kill it. So I can be in the bottom lane, just completely destroying it and getting a whole bunch of experience, and then I can make everyone level up by doing that.
Okay.
But the way you level up faster is everyone does really well, and then all of a sudden you get a lot more experience faster than the other team. And then there's objectives like one of them is when it turns night, you have to go kill these monsters that drop seeds, and you get 100 seeds, and you get a golem that you can control and start destroying their base. Another one, you collect enough gold points, and this pirate guy shoots cannons at all the forts that they have. It's a lot of fun. There's and I don't know if you remember me ever playing League of Legends, and I would jungle or whatever. I'd go around and kill little like non-player characters, and
Like the dragons and stuff.
yeah. Well, now when you kill them, you recruit them to fight for you. So you can have them like go start destroying the lane, distract the team while you do something else on another side. And stuff like that. It's really fun, and so there's more than just killing people. You don't have to do all that just to win.
Gotcha.
You know? It definitely helps a lot, but
Do you think it's something that I would be good at?
I think you'd be better than League of Legends. And the community doesn't seem as angry right now, but that's because it's people who really want to play. You know, like people who got into the beta for free, or people who have paid $40 like myself to get into it and just aren't dicks to people. You know, but once it goes free to play, you'll probably see an influx of jerks. But yeah,
Because like the League of Legends community is probably the worst community in
they're
gaming
pretty
ever.
bad.
Yeah,
It is.
they are real.
There's
bad.
no reason to be that that mean to somebody. Like, they say some really offensive things.
Well, stats are just such a huge thing.
yeah.
I mean, it's just, a lot of times, Call of Duty, stuff like that. But still, it's absurd how pissed off they get with League of Legends.
Even if you're not doing like ranked matches, they still get mad at you. I'm like, dude, you're not even like doing ranked. We're in a regular, like, this match means nothing game, and you're being this rude.
I did. You playing Heroes of the Storm made me play StarCraft the other night, and for some reason, I haven't played in probably a year, and for some reason, I thought it was a good idea for 1 versus 4, and I had 4. I was fighting for like a team. I don't know. That's when I got rushed by all 4 teams at once. I was like, why did I do this? This is stupid.
And StarCraft 2 is not StarCraft 1. StarCraft 1, you could probably do that and still win. StarCraft 2, they use like player tactics that they do in tournaments, which is rushing. Everyone rushes. You build like 6 Marines and you send them in and just do whatever you can.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Get some sort of damage early game.
Yeah.
As Tara and I did, I made a supply depot wall.
Yeah, apparently you can't do that anymore. You can, it's not as effective as it used to be. So it sucks. And they have those freaking Reaper characters now that can just go behind your base and jump up the wall and kill you. It's annoying.
That's bad.
But yeah.
So Beth, what are you bringing to the table today?
I started listening to a new podcast called Bloody Good Horror. And I was listening actually to go get the Sprite. And one of the guys on there, he hates The Walking Dead, like the TV show.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, everybody keeps talking about it. It's on for 5 seasons, so let me start it over. So he watched 1 and 2. And he said after 2 was over, he liked 3 on. But he said something that I thought was really funny. He said his theory is that Daryl is Jesus. That all the zombies are actually dead. They just come back to life when he is near.
Wow.
He wasn't being serious,
I
but
know.
obviously that was pretty funny to me. But they review mostly horror movies, and they're actually pretty entertaining. So you should check them out.
What's it called?
BloodyGoodHorror.com.
All right. Send me a link and I will put it in the show notes. All right.
That's about it.
The Walking Dead coming back is good. I read the books. I'm caught up. I'm not all the way caught up. I'm just at the beginning of All Out War, and then All Out War. It's what it sounds like. Apparently, there's a spoiler alert for the comics, and this is probably going to be for the show too. I don't know. They generally go the same route as the show. Generally goes the same route as the books most of the time. But it turns out there's like a bunch of different like factions, different bases, and they all like communicate with each other and trade and stuff. But there's one guy that he like ruffles them up. He's like the sheriff of Nottingham, you know what I mean? And like he's a really bad dude. And all the outlying, like Rick rallies all the outlying towns up, and they fight him. His name is Negan, and that's pretty much where the show's at right now. Because if the show follows the comic books, the next thing that's going to happen is they're going to find the town, and they're in the town, and a bunch of things happen in the town, and then they find out about like the network of other towns. And the biggest reason why I think they're going to go that route is because like a small thing in the book that happens, and sometimes small things become big things in the show, is that Rick shaves. Like, he cuts his beard all the way off, and he cuts his hair once he gets... Because they have, like, running water and power, and they get into, like, a weird lull when zombies attack, and it's this whole thing. And but they made it a point to where his look was completely different, and I was watching the trailer for the second half of season, what are we on, 4 or 5?
5.
And Rick, his beard is way more, his hair's all scruffy, and I was like, okay, I think that's on purpose, so when he goes and cuts all his hair off, it's going to mean a lot. So, and they make him like sheriff of the town and things like that. So it's if they go that route and they go the all-out war route, it's going to be pretty brutal. There's a main character that dies in the comics, like a main character, a loved character on the TV show that dies. And it might not be the same character because the way the show plays out is people die the same way, but it's different people. Like when Dale died, not Dale, who got their head cut off in the show?
Herschel.
When Herschel, like that death happened with the blade, but it wasn't Herschel. It was I'm terrible with these names. No, the black guy.
The drunk?
Not T-Dog. No,
not him. The other one.
Prison dude?
No, the strong. The well, he's always wearing the beanie.
Oh, Hammer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is his name, dude?
MC Hammer.
No. Oh my gosh.
Tyrese.
Tyrese, yes, it was Tyrese that died that way. It was really when I read that in the comics, I got upset. I really liked Tyrese, and so now in the show, I'm like, "Ooh, don't kill Tyrese."
Yeah.
It's like, man, what if Tyrese goes out the way the character, that I'm thinking about goes out? And I was like, I really hope it doesn't happen. So I probably expect to see a major character either at the end of season 5 or beginning of season 6 be taken out.
They also said on the podcast that one of the reasons season 2 was so boring, it's because AMC said you need to cut back on your zombies. It's too expensive.
That's your zombie show.
Yeah.
Let's cut back on the zombies.
And one of their co-hosts on that show, she said she doesn't watch The Walking Dead because she's sick of it. She lives in Atlanta, so she sees it being filmed. One of her friends does the special effects editing, and several of her friends are like the zombie extras.
But that's so cool.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I would be like showcasing that all over Facebook. Look, my friend did this.
I'd be
did this.
YouTubing it.
I'd be trying to get in on the show, but apparently she's sick of it and doesn't want to watch it.
Did I ever tell you guys? Did I ever tell you? Me and Showtime, we met the guy who tried to rape Carl. You remember that guy?
Yeah.
He was at a con, and like his banner said the guy that tried to do that thing to Carl, and then had a picture. And I was like, that is awesome. He was actually.
They were selling memes too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He was actually a really, really nice guy. Like
He's our age, isn't he? Like, he's 28, isn't he?
Yeah, it was about right. Yeah, it was fun. It was
Directors say that all the time. Like, usually the nicest people in real life make the best villains on screen.
It's perfect. I should play villain. What do you guys think?
Well, you're a dick, so it'd be normal for you.
Beth should be a villain.
I would love to be a villain. I think that'd be so fun to play.
It's the you're on the Actors Guild. Stephen Baxter, it seems to go so natural for you to be a dick.
I also started playing the Resident Evil remake. Re-release.
The
How's
HD
that?
remake, yeah.
It's pretty good. There's a new control scheme, and it's weird. I don't know if I can. I was thinking I'm going to make a video of it. I need to get the Elgato from Trex, and because he's got it right now. He's in the process of moving, so it's like in a box somewhere. So I just need to grab his
What is
Elgato.
that?
Elgato is a game capture device. Mm-hmm. It's where you can hook it up to an Xbox or a PlayStation and connect it to your computer, and it records the screen. You can hook a mic up to your computer, so you essentially bring the mic in front of you, and it records your voice and what you're playing, stuff like that.
And the major thing is it doesn't consume the processor on your computer. So it's completely separate from it. That's the biggest advantage.
And there's a software called XSplit where like you could, if you wanted to, you could like have the game and then have you on a camera and stuff like that. I probably just have the game be talking, but I was messing around with XSplit last night. It's kind of fun.
It's expensive.
I've used it. It's
Yeah.
$14 a year.
$15 a year? I thought it was a month.
Yeah, something like that.
No, yeah, we just use Trex.
I mean,
No, I
I'm
think it's
looking at
$60 a year.
Is it?
$60 a year or $15 a month, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. I don't know. Irregardless, Trex uses his. Trex pays for it, so we just use his. I tried to use it last night though when he was on it, and I was like, "Get off! I'm trying to record Guild Wars."
God, Guild Wars.
I downloaded Guild Wars. Listen, man, the deluxe edition of Guild Wars 2 that is generally $60 was $15.
It doesn't mean you have to buy it. That's the problem with impulse shops. Oh, that's a great deal. Do I actually need that? Nope, but I'm getting it.
You're right, but I've been wanting to buy it for a while, and I saw it on sale, so I bought it.
Okay.
And I've actually played it. And I recorded myself playing it yesterday. I made a 20-minute long video that I'm going to put on the channel. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I mumble a lot, but it's going on the channel. Trex will probably be like, what is
Watch
this? What is this? This
when he says that, just link him that one video.
I know.
Like, what is this,
Dude.
sir?
Apparently there is a free version of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But free version of XSplit, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, I'll watch it.
It's fun.
Not bad.
I mean, it's clicky like any MMO is though.
Yeah.
Like where you're just like left click, I hit you with my sword. It did get annoying though at the beginning because you know how most when you start an MMO, it's you by yourself. This is not how this was. It was other people too in the beginning part. And so I'm trying to hit the guys that tell me to hit, and everybody else is hitting them. I'm just like, I'll just stand here. How about that? How about I just stand here and let you guys do it? And then I went the wrong way, of course. I like, oh, they're down here. Where are they? Oh, they're back behind me. Everybody already killed them. And but I counted, and there was 4 sexual innuendos in the 20 minutes I played the game. Like, it's so hard. And I was just like, and it's like women yelling and stuff out. I'm like, this is on purpose. This is on purpose. Guild Wars team.
It's a good game, right?
I had fun playing it. That's all that matters.
It's good.
Just because you wouldn't buy it doesn't mean anybody else can't buy it.
No, I played it. I don't like it.
You have not played Guild Wars 2.
You're right. I played Guild Wars 1. I have no reason to want to get Guild Wars 2 because of Guild Wars 1.
The sequels can be better.
Yep.
Yeah,
Dude, a lot of times they are. Look at Saints Row.
Yes.
Saints Row 2 was amazing. Now 3 on the other end.
I also don't like Saints Row.
Saints Row 3 was
Or
great. What are you talking?
Nah, dude.
Okay, the beginning of Saints Row 3, when I was capturing a plane, and I jumped out of the plane with a parachute, and the girl that was free falling next to me didn't have her parachute, and so then I said, hold on a second, and I free fell through the plane, because it was crashing. I free fell through the plane, beat a guy up, took his parachute, went into the cockpit, broke through the cockpit, and then flew back next to her and gave her the parachute. That was amazing.
Oh yeah, it was cool and everything, but the thing about the whole game is you're doing all this crazy shit, and you have no idea why. Like, seriously, there's the freaking GIMP chase scene.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it's okay, but
And I was
wanna
British.
play a game.
I was a British gangster.
That was so weird. But I want to play a game and actually know why I'm doing it. Like, you know, even in Saints Row 2, when you're spraying poo on the houses, there's a reason for it. You know, it makes sense. But 3, it was just
They got that from
completely
South
off the
Park.
wall.
Why do you spray poo on houses?
Because pretty much it's to reduce the value of the market.
The best
That'll
part.
do it.
There's a mission in Saints Row 3 where you have to get like a sword-sized dildo and beat a bunch of people with it.
Yep.
So you're just like, I'm knocking them out with it. Could you imagine if you got assaulted by a sword-sized dildo? Someone just came up to you and was like, whack! And
What
you'd be
kind
like,
of
ow!
assault are we talking about?
Huh?
What kind of assault are we talking about?
Oh, JT.
Assault and battery. Battery.
Apparently the
Okay.
assault you're used to. JT.
Sexual assault.
I do, you know, get randomly hit by giant
Yeah.
baseball-sized dildos.
2 pretzels were walking down the street.
Right?
One was assaulted. Oh, get it? Assaulted? Like
We
assault.
just lost all of our viewers.
Just like assault?
Isn't there a line in between that though?
No. Is
I
there?
think there is. I don't remember it, but I think there is.
I'm pretty sure I told it right, Beth.
I don't know.
Gee, can you tell it right, Beth?
No.
All right then.
I feel like there's a line in it though.
Yeah. Assaulted. It's funny. Gotcha. All right. Did I talk about my thing? I don't even talk about my
I
thing.
thought you already did talk about your thing.
No, I just talked about random stuff I thought about while you guys were all
okay.
talking. My thing was Star Wars Issue 1. So good. I guess none of you guys have read it yet.
Nope.
I can't read.
Star Wars Issue 1. It's so good. This is the Loot Crate exclusive variant cover. That's like not worth anything because there's like
Thousands of people
so
get
many people get Loot Crate, but it's still cool to have a Loot Crate exclusive cover. Irregardless, it's really, really good. It's like reading even like when you open the first page, it's blank, and next page, Star Wars. The next page is a crawl.
Nice.
So like, and I was just like, this is epic. And then when you get to the last page, it has all the credits and like that blue writing and the space in the background. And I was like, this is cool. And it just feels like Star Wars when you're reading it. Not that the Dark Horse comics weren't good, but it's like Marvel kind of gets it, and they understand. So, Darth Vader issue 1 is already selling out everywhere now too because this one was so good. It's Darth Vader and There's a Princess Leia miniseries coming out as well. They all take place right after episode 4. In the book, they're pretending to be associates of Jabba the Hutt, and they're not really pretending because Han Solo is an associate of Jabba the Hutt, and they're using it to like raid an Imperial storage area. I don't know. They have to have the Hutt trade routes or something like that. It's classic Star Wars stuff, and Han Solo is pretending to be a liaison of Jabba the Hutt, and they had to talk down and negotiate, and that's how they break in. And of course, the negotiator ends up being
Luke?
No, the negotiator for the Empire ends up being
Darth Vader.
Yes.
Oh.
So, spoiler alert, by the way. But I mean, if you're planning on reading this book, you've read it by now. So, but I really like Star Wars issue 1. And I hate Nintendo.
See that.
Of course.
See, Nintendo right now to me, and it fluctuates, but right now it's currently like the hot girl, right? Like I'm dating a hot girl who's like just a B word, like, but every once in a while she wants to bang, and that's cool. So it's like when I'm having fun with my Wii U, we get to bang, but when I can't find the Marth and I can't get the Majora's Mask 3DS, it's every other time.
Dude, I've given up on that 3DS. I'm just waiting until further down the line when they come out with a new one. It's going to be a new special edition one, and it's going to be all cool, and then I want that one. So I'll just wait and play my DS I got now.
Well, you have I got a small DS, JT.
Yeah,
Well, it's not my fault I have a big one.
JT, buy me a big one.
No.
Come on.
No.
JT.
No.
Buy me that elective surgery.
Oh,
That's a JT out of the podcast.
Yep. You won't do what Steve wants you to do.
That's right. I mean, you're all just prospects at this point. Like, you have to be dubbed in. See, so you're not wearing your shirt.
I brought it. I already gelled my hair.
Yeah, when he gets assaulted by giant dildos too.
I will say this.
I was such a frat guy.
I will say this. The Super Bowl, by the time this comes out, the Super Bowl will probably be over. But everybody's hating on the Pats for this deflate thing. And it's giving me a lot. I don't watch football like at all. My dad's a Patriots fan, and so I'm gonna go watch the Super Bowl with him just because, like, if I don't sit with him and bond over football, we don't sit and bond. Like, it's just so I'm just gonna have to suck it up and go watch it. But it's fun. Like, my favorite thing on like the internet and Facebook, generally, is to piss people off who like have opinions about things. And so anybody that posts stuff about this Deflategate thing, I'm constantly posting the South Park jail school memes. It's like, hello, is this jail school? You guys see the episode of South Park with Wendy Tessenberger, and she gets mad because the girls are doctoring up their photos, and like all the guys like them now because they see these photos of them, even though they don't really look like that. And so she goes into the school to complain, and Mr. Mackey's like, oh, hold on, I'm getting a call. Hold on. Hello, is this jail school? Oh, you got an opening for Wendy Tessenberger because he's super jail right now? Like, and so I keep posting them. I was like, oh, here's jail. Stuff needs to jail. And
Is that what you posted about the cupcakes?
No.
Like that meme?
yeah, that's the same meme.
Okay.
I was using it on the Patriots. I was like, I'm going to use it here too. It's like my favorite thing to do now. And it's great because when they're like, the Patriots suck, I'm like, so? You're still jelly. Like, it's great. Now, you start a conversation about Superman versus Batman, and we can talk, but you're talking about the Patriots. Deflategate, I don't care. I don't understand that. Like, the balls had less air in them, and so
Makes
that's...
it easier for the catch.
Yeah,
'Cause when you
I've
put a
never
grab-
heard about the Deflategate.
I don't understand it. Like, I don't... Like, it makes these... Why... Don't they all... Then I found out they don't all use the same balls. Like,
No, they switch them out.
the Patriots have their own balls, and who are they playing? The Colts, right?
I
I don't know. They're playing some team. I think it was the Colts. They have their own balls. So, and they're like, don't they get checked? They said they did get checked, but it was deflated when we checked them again. And I'm like, well, do they lose air in use? Did someone have like a deflator stuffed in their arm or chest guard? Or it's like, like I
Why do they get their own balls? I think that'd be something the NFL will provide, so
they
they're
would-
all
they
exactly
would
the
regulate
same.
it.
You know.
Yeah, well, yes. I don't get why they why they use separate balls each team.
It's my ball. I want to play with my ball.
There should be 12 balls that both team uses.
That's like when Clemson used to have like the curved football field. Teams would complain that they're not used to playing on it, so Clemson will have an advantage. I don't think they have it anymore, but
People just like
How curved was it?
I don't know. It was like a slight, like it was higher in the middle. Than
Oh, like it went up in the mid. Shut up.
like just a little bit, and they're like, well, it's giving them this big advantage, which I can kind of see, but you know.
It's just people's excuse for being bad.
That's like people complaining about the Smurf turf. It's too blue. It messes with their sight, so they don't play as well.
You know, I would probably say something like or not say anything about the whole deflate thing if the Patriots didn't absolutely destroy the Colts. Like it was like 30 points ahead, and that wasn't like they figured this out at halftime and fixed the problem, whatever the deflation problem was, and they still wrecked them in the second half. And it was just like, okay, well, what? That's your excuse for the first half. What's your excuse for the second half? It's stupid.
You know,
They
just like
mentally, They
just like
couldn't pull it back
logically,
together.
you know, people are like, you know, it's easier to catch, but it's like, dude, it's gotta be harder to throw. You know, with it being all deflated, it's so stupid.
But reading about it, I'm like, this must be how like jocks feel when like something absolutely ridiculous happens in the nerd world, like Ben Affleck is cast as Batman or something. Like this is like how they feel.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's that we talked about that rumor. You weren't on the last show. We talked about the rumor on the last show that they're splitting Batman versus Superman up into
I heard
two
about that,
movies. That'd be okay.
I hadn't heard of that.
Yeah.
Where they're going to go for the regular release date of October. It'd be BVS Part 1, Enter the Night. Night spelled K-N-I-G-H-T, of course. It would make the title Dawn of Justice a little bit more.
Yeah.
Make a little more sense. I don't know. I don't know if they're actually going to do it or not, if that's been debunked, but
We'll see.
we'll talk about that. I think by now they would have said something, though. That's like October. I don't know. Irregardless.
Could be done just to get PR.
Yeah.
What's your shirt? Where'd you get that shirt? Death Star?
Target from the dude section because they have way better shirts.
Yeah, we do.
I'm not staring at your boobs, I promise. I'm reading
Yeah,
the...
it is.
See, it's like labeling the Death Star.
Oh. Sweet. Alright. Anybody got anything else
No.
to talk about? JT?
No,
Let's
it's
talk
just-
about your shirt. I don't get this shirt. I'm Catbug.
Catbug is a fake character from the online YouTube series Bravest Warriors, made by the same guy who does Adventure Time. And it's kind of more, it's not like, you know, South Park mature, but it's just more mature than Adventure Time.
It looks like Squirt a little bit.
A little bit. He's the most adorable thing ever. Like, seriously, he's voiced by... Dude, shut up. He's voiced by, like, this... Like, gotta be 4 or 5 years old. And so he's still got the baby talk thing, and he's just adorable. He is. Don't give me that shit.
He's totally adorbs.
He is.
Toads my goats.
Totes my goats. Totes my goats.
JT, you're just so basically basic.
Oh my god.
What does that mean?
Basic. It's okay.
Basic means
I hear that all the
basically
time. I
The
know
term,
what it means.
I could be wrong about this. This is just me figuring
Urban
it out.
Dictionary it.
Yeah. I'll give my opinion. You Urban Dictionary and see how close I am.
I'm sorry.
Basic is like you're boring. Like you're basic. Like you go to work, you come home, you
There's
don't do.
nothing significant.
Yeah, like you're not interesting. Your personality's boring.
Mm-hmm.
You're basic. So when you say basically basic, it's just funny because it's like you're basically basic. Like it's just a funny term. I think that's what it is.
How do you spell urban?
URBAN.
There we go.
Did you add a question mark? Because that's pretty much what we said.
Let's see here. Apparently there's a entry for basic bitch. Basic, an adjective to describe any person, place, activity involving obscenely obvious behavior, dress, action, unsophisticated, transparent motivations.
Is there another one, or is that it?
That looks like that's the only one.
What's the use it in the
Keep going down.
sentence?
The ones below it are
There's generally like a legit one.
Oh, there's one down there. Basic of or retaining to a chemical composition which is alkaline. Okay. Something that is uninteresting, vapid, boring, uncool. Waste of time, energy, or money. Opposite of fun. Let's see here. You describe someone devoid of defining characteristics that might make a person interesting, extraordinary, or just simply worth devoting time or attention to.
See, I was right.
And then able to socialize on even an elementary level. Annoying, frustrating, because of the above.
So I was right. You're basically basic. No, I'm just playing JT. JT's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Whatever. Okay. I don't think anything else going on.
Yeah, that's it.
We don't have any big events coming up. We're going to Florence. Not Florence Comic Con.
Greenville, SCCon.
We're going to SC Comic Con in March. Beth, I got to talk to you about that.
MagFest is going on right now.
I talked to.
What is
MagFest. Music and Gaming Festival.
Where's it at?
Up in New York.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now. Let's go.
You made it sound like it was here. We could jump to it.
That's like a big thing that's going on right now.
Stop being basically basic.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'll be quiet
You
then.
sounded like a valley girl.
He is a valley girl.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I haven't showed you that video of Sarah with no H. My name is Sarah with no H because H's are L. You see Jimmy Fallon? It's so, oh my god, it's so funny. I'll show it to you.
So, oh my god.
Yeah, it's just
Oh my
totes my
god.
goat, you know?
Oh my god.
It's totally. Yeah, it doesn't make sense too. It's like girls.
So, oh my god.
It's totes awesome.
Oh, gosh.
Irregardless, Lord and behold, we're finished.
Thank God.
I thought this was supposed to be a short movie.
It is a short one. I mean, an hour is short. Okay, for us. If Trex is here, we go like 3 hours. And to him, the longer the better. He goes, what we need to do is we need to record gameplay for like 8 hours. I'm like, Trex, what do you think this is? He goes, no. He goes, record for 8 hours and we make a 20-minute video. I'm like, I can sort of get that, but 8 hours? How about we record for 2 or 3 hours and then we cut that up into 20-minute videos? How about that?
I really enjoy how y'all insult him like he's not going to watch this video.
No.
Just in general throughout.
Everything that we said here would have been said were Mike here.
And it was so funny because I was messaging our friend Eric, and Mike Trex was literally sitting right here, and I messaged like to Eric. I was like, yeah, if Mike doesn't mess it up, and he was like, I'm right here, and I was like, listen, dude, there's nothing that I would say to your face or behind your back that I wouldn't say right to your face. I was like, I'm not going to change it up just because you're sitting right there. And he was like, okay, I guess that's cool. So, but yeah, Showtime's right. There's nothing that we could say. But no, he's cool. We like him. He just wants content. I understand.
He is a majority of our content.
I understand where he's coming from, but why you want to sit for 8 hours and things like that. So, but I think that's
preposterous.
Yes, I didn't mind doing it for charity when we were doing the 24-hour thing. That was fine. But just to sit down and record for 8 hours, like
Yeah.
You should do Desert Bus.
Desert Plus.
Desert Bus. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's this game that literally the whole game is based driving from like I can't remember, from Phoenix to Las Vegas or something like that, and you just drive a bus. There's nothing particular, just driving through a desert, and the bus kind of pulls to the right a little bit, so you can't just sit there. You kind of have to tap on the keys a little bit to keep it on the track, and it's like
Is this a game you paid for?
I think that it's either very cheap or free.
Better be free.
Because
all I'm doing is driving a bus in a
it's like a
line.
12-hour drive. Yeah.
Have you seen the bread game?
The bread game.
Oh my
I
god.
sent you that video. Where you're a piece of bread.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, you
Make
did.
them toast.
Made by the same guys who did Goat Simulator.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
like you're a piece of bread on a table, and your goal is to get yourself in the toaster, and so you flop around, and you can't really get there, and you like knock stuff off the table, and you.
But if you touch the floor, it's like the 5-second rule. You start losing edibility. so you have to like get on the skateboard to like.
And then
go.
there's also ants and things like that.
Yeah.
You can climb the wall,
And
but you
like-
only have a certain amount of
Yeah.
grip. It's like Shadow of the Colossus, except you're a piece of bread.
Why are you not recording this?
Huh?
I told you to make a video for the channel. Why don't you just do that? How hard would that be?
Because it's
How hard would it be to play
I'm
as a piece
broke.
of bread?
I'm broke.
How much
I
does
don't
it cost?
have-
I'll buy it for you. How much does it
I
cost?
don't know.
Will you?
I would. Yes, I can't imagine the bread simulator game being very expensive.
But if you fall in the cat box, you almost immediately mold.
Well, that would make sense.
Right.
There's pee-pee in there.
Oh, dude.
Let's see what he did.
There's pee-pee in there. That's
No, I just imagine myself like.
Wait a second. From the guy who just called Catbug adorable.
I can still make fun of you. I admitted it.
I just imagine myself falling face first into a cat box.
Like you.
What is that like video game thing where they pretty much make the dumb games because they say all video games are essentially the same in how you play it, so that's why they come up with like the bread game and Goat Simulator. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. Sorry.
My friend Matt told me about it. I'll have to ask him. But essentially what it's like dumb games or something. But it's saying essentially how you play the games are all the same. So they make stupid games so you see that they're all the same.
Alright, yeah. Saints Row 3 pretty much did that. It made fun of a bunch of games too. Like there was a part where you could call in, was it an airstrike? Like straight Call of Duty style. And it was fun.
It wasn't just an airstrike. You had a UAV that you could control. And that was pretty cool, yeah.
So, but I get where a lot of games are the same. Like Shadows of Mordor came out and everybody's like, this game is so awesome!
That game is
Shadows
good,
of
though.
Mordor! And it's just like, Assassin's Creed? Like,
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I like the combat better in Shadows of Mordor.
well, it's Assassin's Creed gameplay with
Batman.
Batman fighting.
Yeah. So, and then it has Lord of the Rings lore, which I really can't complain with that. So, I mean, it's pretty freaking
It's
good.
coming down to they just have to make compelling stories. That's what it needs to be.
And also, I'll have to say, last year was definitely the year of licensed games. There weren't many licensed games, but there was like 2 that were good, which is saying something. Both Shadows of Mordor and Alien Isolation. Both really, really good games, and both of them licensed.
Let's go back and talk about Lord of the Rings, because I forgot about this, and this really pissed me off. Helen and I watched The Third Hobbit. I'm going to talk about it, so spoilers if you haven't seen The Third Hobbit movie. Okay.
And we also just threw out the short podcast.
Yes. No, we'll be done in a minute. Return of the King really bothered me at the end of Return of the King. Because it's like everybody's dying, and then Aragorn brings the ghosts in, and the ghosts handle the business, and they win the fight.
Yeah.
Without the ghosts, like the ghosts won the fight. The ghosts.
Yeah.
You're telling me the ghosts won the fight? The ghosts did it. Got it. Okay. It just really irked me.
Why?
Because it's the ghosts? Like, you had to go get the ghosts. It just seemed lame.
I don't like that.
It was like a cop-out. It was like, he was writing and was like...
It was a very Deus Ex moment. Like...
Let's get a ghost in. Come on, let's write in ghosts. They'll handle the business and be done. But they win, huh?
Yeah.
But they were... What's the word I'm looking for? Not defending their honor. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I like the ghost line.
They were unbeatable.
Yeah, they were cool, but they were definitely just Deus Ex. Just like, there we go.
And then,
Good to go.
the end of The Hobbit,
The Eagles?
the Eagles show up at the end of The Hobbit. The Eagles.
Dude, those Eagles are really,
The same
really
Eagles I
annoying.
went at the end of Return of the King when they were flying Frodo back to the Friar, the Shire, the place he lives. It's like, why didn't he fly him to the volcano?
Not only that, in The Hobbit, why didn't they just drop them off, like, within flying sight, distance of the mountain that they needed to go to? Why didn't you just fly them the rest of the way? And then there was, like...
What do you got, Beth?
There was
Well, if they did that, there'd be no story.
Okay.
Another podcast I listened to actually says that. Why don't they just take the Eagles, give them the ring, and they drop it into the volcano? 10-minute movie.
Yeah, when the Eagles showed up, Heather was like, oh, great. He's going to be... And I was just like, are those Eagles, Heather? She's like, oh, no. What? And, like, they didn't just, like, fly it back. At the end of The Hobbit, they save the day. They kill all the orcs that are about to kill everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And they show up. They show up after all the cool dwarves are dead.
Yeah.
The only dwarves that I actually, like, liked. Dead. The Hobbit is basically basic.
Yep. Still good.
Well, I mean, they stretched it into 3 movies.
Yeah, that was a 1 movie thing, not 3 movies. But they were like,
Well, I mean, the original movies did a trilogy. Why don't we do a trilogy?
and it's like the big difference. The big difference is that original trilogy was over 3 books. This is a single book that's shorter than any of the other books, spread out into 3 different movies.
Well, they added some of the appendages in, but still, it
Yeah.
doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. And like Legolas was cool and everything, but
Way too much of him in this movie. They made him way too... He was more badass than he was in the other movies.
yeah.
So it must have been him as an older elf. I can't flip around on these oaks like I used to.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And what's the time
I've got
difference
arthritis.
between the Hobbit and the start of the Fellowship?
Isn't it like 100 years or something?
Yeah, because
It's a
Bilbo's like
long
older
time.
than what he should be because he had a
Yeah.
ring.
He was like
So-
150 something.
How old's Aragorn in The Lord of the Rings?
17.
Because
Just like
he's-
an anime kid.
because the elder elf dude was like talking to Legolas and was like, go find a boy. Like, so Aragorn's alive in the Hobbit. So it's like, how old is?
I don't know. Maybe he's not alive yet. Maybe,
Well,
maybe
Gandalf's
like
still
a
alive too.
prophecy thing. Well, Gandalf's a wizard, so he kind of, and also he kind of just defies all laws.
I
Hold on,
didn't know wizards could do that.
Yeah, he just that's
I'm gonna-
just how he is.
I'm gonna break the podcast fourth wall. Hey Heather, how come Aragorn's actually alive at the end of the Hobbit, and he's supposed to be like 100 years old?
Aragorn?
Yeah. Remember when the guy said go find the kid, and it was Aragorn?
A kid, yeah.
Go well. How it's like the Fellowship isn't until like 100 years later. We're on a podcast, so you're gonna have to respond to me pretty quickly.
I don't know.
Good job.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
It's-
gonna
You
Google
broke the
it.
4th wall for nothing.
I know. Thanks for nothing, sweetheart.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we should find this answer later.
They're going crazy on the
I
phone.
see that.
Let's talk about something else.
So here's the storm.
Oh!
I'm trying to get Arthas, who is a tank character. I think you. I don't know. I wish it wasn't $40. That way you would get it and just try it out at least. But
Just shoot me $40. I'll play. Let's
I can't just shoot you $40. Steve.
Come on, you got that sweet lifeguard money now.
Yeah, no, let's talk about that. Hopefully, I'll have a new job come next week, like Tuesday or something like
Are
that.
you a job hopper?
Job hopper? No, I'm a yes I am. I'm a job hopper because when
Yeah.
Are you sure? He's half elvish?
I'm 80% sure.
that's a
Oh.
pretty high percentage.
How about we'll leave it for the fans to decide. We'll say if you know this answer, put it in the comments.
Yes.
Do us a
there we
favor.
go.
Let's
I
do
saw
that.
the Cthulhu Munchkin thing.
She got excited. All right.
Okay. I got
So
an
wait, no,
answer.
we're gonna put it in the show notes. We're gonna let the fans tell us.
And you can tell us after we stop recording.
Yes.
So we can have a short show.
All right. Thanks everybody for
Sure.
listening and watching. We love you. I'm of course Stevie B.
Showtime.
Sorry, Beth.
JT.
We're Nerds of the Apocalypse, and we're out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The peace sign, JT.
I'm sorry. I'm still
You know
learning.
that's like the British flip off when you do it that way.
Yes. Don't you ruined it, Beth.